Welcome guys, Sabbatical Chronicles, episode 5. Today we have a very special guest, Danny from the Zipper. He will show you his 10 favorite teas, tell all the stories, and we're gonna have some fun together. Danny, welcome on the show.
Thank you, good to be here, man.
Of course. First off, man, tell us what you do.
Well, I run Zipper Vintage Clothing. It's a vintage clothing company that's been in business since '79. My parents started it. Took over the business a couple of years ago. Been working with them for the last almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this for quite some time.
For sure.
We don't do t-shirts exclusive. We do everything. We've been specializing in American vintage.
Yep.
My dad is American, so we buy our stuff over there. We ship it back here to Holland, and then we start sorting everything. So all of this kind of niceties that come through, I have first pick on them. So I have a good personal collection.
So tell me, your collection, how is it? So it's not only teas, but
No.
what would you say? Like, how many teas do you got in your collection? Like your
In my personal closet,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I grabbed this just before I came. There's still some stuff in the back that didn't make the cut with you guys.
Yeah.
How many teas would be in my closet? It would be, I think at home I would have at least like 100 or 150, and then in my warehouse another 400, 500 teas.
All right. And is there something else like you're really collecting? Let's say.
Not really. I've been into the whole denim thing. My old folks, they started that, of course.
Yep.
They had a really good collection, and they still do. I'm more of a businessman. I'll try to find something. I'll try to sell it as well. And if I gather everything myself, it's just I have one house. I don't have enough room for all of that kind of stuff. No. I like everything that's old.
I know you like the old, like the baseball jackets.
Exactly.
Like, we share a mutual interest on the starter jacket.
Exactly. So I have some of those, and what I'll do, I'll wear one for a couple of years, and then I'll just put it back into the whole system, and I'll sell it, and I'll grab some new ones. And then
we were privileged enough to buy something of the personal collection sometimes, you know. They were really nice. And your parents, like as you told, they're big on the denim stuff. Yeah. I know your mom; she could see from like miles away. Yo, that's a 501.
You can kind of like smell like that denim stuff. That's an indigo, right? And she goes, you know, it's like all the tags on the back and the.
That's super great. I remember one time I was in your warehouse and I was holding this. I thought it was a big E. I don't know, Selfridge, Levi's, and you go like, "Yo, mom." She was like 5 meters away or something. Go like, "Yeah, that's that year." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
this is super nice.
They've been in business for over 40 years. Yeah, they've been going. I think they sorted through at least 1 million pair of denims in their lifetime, if not more. So they can kind of like, oh yeah, that's this and this. It's probably this old, so old. That's that. So I learned a lot from them. Of course, but I kind of go a little bit wider than just the denim or just the t-shirts or sweats or starter jackets. I like everything that's even if it's old and you can kind of date it. I like it.
And if it has something to do maybe with like what you wear when you were a child or stuff you listen to, we get into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So now, without further ado, man.
That's stuff you listen to. So this first tee, really nice Nwa Shirt with this is from the first album that Cube left. So you have DJ Yella, MC Ren, of course Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. Yeah. And then it was
it's licensed.
Yeah, it's licensed. Yeah, it's 1990 Ruthless. From the song, and actually I found this, I don't know, 15 years ago I think. It's been in my collection forever. And after a while I listened to this song again, and I realized that I was listening to this song when I was like 15. And if you've never listened to this song, listen to the intro of this song and think of a kid, a 15-year-old kid. Listen to, I'm not gonna explain what they do. Listen to the intro. It's gonna last a lifetime. So then I kind of go through my closet and I'm like, oh shit, that's this song. Listen to it. really.
Nice. And do you still wear it?
Yeah, I still wear it actually. I think I think you've seen it. And I was wearing it, I was hoping you would say something about it in the store. You never did. I was like, I'm wearing this really cool t-shirt. Guys, I mean, you're supposed to know your stuff. You're not even saying anything.
My bad.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, you always wear like a jacket or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like this or something over it. Yeah, that's true.
But it's nice. What is it on a
Screen Star? Old Screen Star.
Single stitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's, I mean, the softness of it. Yeah. I've been wearing it, of course, for quite some time. It's a little.
Nice. When you bought it, was it dead stock or was it already?
No. Actually, I don't think anything in this pile is bought. That's solely bought off eBay or bought off someone. This is all sorted out by myself out of a bale. Nice. So we do containers and then we go through bales of t-shirts. And I'll just grab out anything that I think is nice for myself. And of course, I'll grab this out of a bale.
All right.
You don't find these anymore.
Great start. Yeah. Great start.
Then of course, this one has been in my collection. It's too short for me, so I won't wear it. But I really like this. I'm not
typical 80s fit, right?
Yeah, but even then, it might have shrunk or something. I don't know. And with that baseball sleeve, I like that. And what I heard this story about this victory tour. It was sponsored by Pepsi. So they would make a commercial for Pepsi as well as they were doing like probably the video clip and the tour and
was that this the
Exactly. His hair caught on fire.
Jesus,
and then after a while, he would say that the whole the nose thing and everything came from this tour going that his hair caught on fire. And that was while they were filming the commercial for Pepsi. And especially with this, it has this. It isn't lined out properly. No. I don't know who was printing this. Yeah,
is it a bootleg maybe?
I don't think so. They wouldn't do like a proper licensing and then bootleg it. I think. You see this kind of cockeyed as well.
Yeah.
So maybe the guy was drunk doing this, or he was doing this too much. Yeah, but I've never seen it. It has a good armpits.
It's nice. Yeah. This not something you could wear anymore, probably.
No, probably, but still, I mean, you're not gonna sell this. No, I'm gonna just keep it in a maybe like put it in a frame sometime. Yeah.
Nice, man. Great.
And then you want to do one more?
Yeah,
you want to do one more? All right. Then this as well. It has a little bit of a water stain on it right now because we were trying to iron it for you guys, so it would be nice and neat. But so now it has a little bit of a water stain on it, but so you need to see through that. Okay, so on first view, you want to see that it's really interesting until you see it's a Rolling Stones shirt on a blue. So you usually see them on white or black, maybe on a little bit of a color, but then on a sports tee. It's a sportswear tag, which is of course a big American brand. It's made in the U.S. But it says licensed 81. American tour, Rolling Stones. It's like kind of crazy.
It is
something different.
I never saw this before. It is
also one that I wouldn't wear myself because it's not going to be my size.
No,
but yeah.
And you probably won't sell it either.
No. Well, make me a good offer. Shoot a line. I don't know. We'll work something out for you. It's open for discussion. Bring some cash though.
All right. Let's do one more, man.
One more? Yeah. Well, actually. Then we're gonna do two more.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to do two more? No, you want to have some questions further?
Let me ask you a question first. The company. When did your parents start the company?
They started it actually in '78. So my mom and dad they met as squatters in Amsterdam.
Okay.
So my dad came from Paris, was a dropout in high school. His dad was from the States. He graduated, I think, in Beirut or something. So he was living around Beirut and Paris at the time, and then he had some family members in Holland. So he came over to Amsterdam and he squatted this house with his nephew, and then so the downstairs girls they were squatting downstairs with my mom and a girlfriend, and they kind of met in the hallway and they said, well, hey, come over for dinner. And my mom just fell in love with this strange, long-haired, hippie guy, American. And she's kind of ugly. He doesn't really look nice. I'm falling for this guy? Okay. So, long story short, they hook up, they actually get married. And my mom always had she always wanted to open up a second-hand store for herself. And my dad, he has business skills.
Okay.
Didn't learn that in school. Business skills in other departments. But I'll leave it at that.
But is it fair to say your mother was already into like
she was doing secondhand from as early as 14, going to this in Uithoorn, you had this big warehouse that she would go to make her own clothes. So she was kind of the finesse and and she had the style, and he would have the business savvy ideas. So
great combo.
Yeah, great combination. They went to the States and they saw the amount of amazing 50s, original 50s clothing that you could buy over there. And they kind of figured, wow, that's going to be something nice to bring over to Holland and try in Amsterdam. So they tried that. I think they started in Los Angeles, where my granddad used to live. They bought, I think, like a little truck full of clothing. They shipped it over, and they started at the Waterplein. One winter, the winter of 78 or 79, was like the coldest winter ever. They kind of referred to it last winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my dad, like after one winter, was like, fuck this, man. This is cool. He was shoveling snow every day. We'll open up a store. So they opened up a store in 79. So we kind of used that as like a true reference.
This is in the same building as you are now?
No, that was at the Tweede Lelydwarsstraat.
All right.
So they kind of moved over in, I think, 84 or something to where we are now.
Yeah.
So fast forward, my mom and dad kind of wanted to sell the store 20 years ago. Kind of didn't work. Then I wasn't doing anything. I just came out of high school.
What age?
20.
20, okay.
Yeah, 19, 20. I actually wanted to like travel the world. I wasn't going to do any university stuff. I was glad I was out of school. And then they couldn't sell it, so they kind of were closing the business. And I said, well, you can't do that. It's Sipper. It's an Amsterdam legacy. You know what? I'll try to help you. My mom's kind of sick. She had rheumatism. If I help, maybe we can kind of postpone and then fast forward 20 years later almost.
Here we are, yeah. Nice, man. And you were did you grow up with wearing vintage clothes or was it something you caught up later?
No. So my mom and dad, they would send me to school in anything that they think would be nice. So I have school pictures of myself as like I must be like 4 or 5 in full tuxedo suit, ruffled shirt, tuxedo shirt. I mean, this. You know how tuxedo fits. A 5-year-old, and I wouldn't mind. I would just say, put me on, wear whatever my mom and dad would give me, up until probably teens. And then for some reason, like my sister, she started hating secondhand. She wanted to do like the whole H&M and be like a girly girl and want to do her own stuff. And for some reason, I could kind of be different in school, but using my mom's and dad's closet store, which was easy. I could just try out stuff. So it was a safe way for me to be different in school. And that I think was how I kind of stayed in that whole secondhand thing, and I liked to wear it as well as a teenager.
Nice. And nowadays, how would you say like the whole Sipper store is different than let's say the other local?
So I thought you were going like this is a whole difficult question.
No.
Okay, so how
because I see the Sipper as something like really different than all the others, you know?
Yeah, well, I think what separates us from most of the bigger I see myself as one of the bigger ones. We've been around for quite a while as well. And it's the personal love and care that we put in every single item that we put up in the store. So every single item. So we sort out all of the stuff ourselves. Then we'll wash it ourselves. I'll iron it myself. Yeah, you've seen the process.
Yeah, I've seen the process.
We just love, and me as well, I love everything about an old piece. And it doesn't mind if I don't like it myself or I wouldn't wear it myself. We love to, in Dutch, I'll kietel myself. I'll tickle myself. Trying to see if something that we hate or don't like or is really ugly. Hey, that might, if you think it's ugly, wait for it. We'll give it another 2 or 3 years and it might work. And then after 2 or 3 years, we usually love it. We'll put it up in the store and no one else loves it. And then we'll try it for 2 years and then we'll go, fuck, we made a mistake. And then we'll put it back and we'll bring it back. We'll start dumping it. We'll start dumping it at the mark where we are. And then all of a sudden, the rest catches on, and then we've sold all the best pieces already. And we're like, shit, we're too early again.
We're low.
Yeah. So, but we just love being in the business. It's also the reason that we haven't been able to grow bigger than we are, because we want to do everything ourselves.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the warehouse ironing,
I know.
tagging stuff, but at a certain point, I can't do physically more than so many kilos and so many pounds of clothing a week. So another store, another third store. Well, people have asked me, why don't you open up a store in Rotterdam? Why don't you open up a store in Utrecht? Yeah, it would be nice, but it means if I didn't want to do it myself, I'm like driving back and forth to Rotterdam twice a week. Fuck that, man. I'm in Amsterdam. I'm on my bike. I don't want to do anything else. It's simple. I'm small. I'm a small time player.
But it works, right?
It works. Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I was going to Cypher buying stuff, and still to this day, that's how we met.
Of course,
and just the way that everything is so nice, like it's ironed, it's washed, it's tagged.
We actually talked about this. That we might be too nice for a secondhand store. It's too well meticulously like separated the band tees from the Harley tees from the It's not a thrift store anymore.
No, it's the same way we talk about with the website. And
stuff,
exactly.
Right?
Would it be better if it would be a little bit more shabby or a little bit more
grungy? A little bit. People think they actually find something themselves instead of I curate everything for them. And I'm asking them a higher price, but I'm throwing out so much more to prepare that kind of.
But then again, it works for us.
It works for us, and I think it's nice because it keeps me in clothing. It keeps me in a bill. It keeps me sorting through a 100-pound bill a week. Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, you want to do some more teas, right? All right.
So teas.
All right. So actually, okay. So you know what? I'll switch these two. And do that. And
okay.
Okay. So we started out with this one, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So actually, that's also nice because I also have the shirt from the album after that, which is the last album NWA made. And it's. Oh, actually, this is funny because I just recognized this now. It's actually the album is a live for, but they kind of put this on wrong. Or actually, they flipped it. They flipped it full. It's a full print, which is nice. And it has, again, this amazing like photo print on the back.
It's crazy, man.
And with the splatter, you know the Nike Atmos,
of course,
sole. It has that vibe.
Yeah.
You see the lettering on.
It's a Nike font.
It's a Nike font.
Yeah.
So I don't know who came up first.
I don't know. We just see the Nikes in there.
Oh, they might have kind of took their
early in the sneakerhead game.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really and I wear this as well. It has a good fit for me. It's nice and oversized.
And then again, licensed, the rootless.
Yeah, on what kind of? Oh, it's a Fruit of the Looms.
91 single stitch. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah, really. And again, that softness you only get from a really old shirt. All right, so then we have. Yeah, so we have a naughty boy, Mister. It's not a single stitch, but it's just the strangeness of putting this on a shirt and wearing it. Who's making this? And who are you making it for? I mean, you're gonna walk around with this?
Yes.
I guess so. He's not the Messiah, and that's why I wanted to do it. Was it because this is the Messiah? So this I wear. This I won't wear.
No.
Or I need to know really where I'm going, and it's okay to wear, and people get that it's like a joke to wear this. So he's not the Messiah, but a very naughty boy. Manson, by the way, if you didn't know, Charles Manson. And then of course this is the Messiah himself. Also, who's making this? Who's making it and for who? I mean, this is it's Jesus on an acid trip. Look at the coloring on this.
But it's a great shirt.
It's a fantastic shirt. I wear this.
Yeah,
I wear this.
I would wear this for sure. Yeah, 100%.
He carried the cross for us. So this is on a single stick.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice.
Both don't have a back.
And both like he's a horrible person. He did horrible stuff. But still, every time when his face is on a vintage tee, that it's still a fire piece.
Yeah. It's just a shame that this. I mean, for someone, if you're walking around Amsterdam. And you're walking around, you don't kind of see who this is, but people see this. You're not walking, especially I'm not kind of white, as you can notice. I'm not going to walk around with this.
And then when you have like a jacket on,
exactly,
is it just this? Yeah, that would be a bad day.
Oh, I should have brought. Okay, no, I'll talk this. I'll tell him later.
It's maybe for an episode.
Maybe for another episode. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yeah. Crazy.
You want to do another one? Or you want to do some questions first?
No. Throw another one in.
Okay, so I heard your episode. You're not big on tie dye. I'm big on tie dye. I like tie dye. It's the hippie stuff.
I like tie dye. It's hard to wear sometimes.
It is. No, not that. Especially not the unicolor tie dye.
No. That's why I brought the Grateful Dead one. It was like. It's pretty
basic for tie dye.
Yeah.
So I really like this, and I like this. Oh, it's Public Enemy, of course.
Yep.
Don't see a lot of these tees around. Single stitch, really old. But then on a transfer instead of a silk screen. And for some reason, we used to find, and then when I say we used to, that's 20 years ago. We used to find a lot of transfer tees in the rags. But for some reason, they kind of stopped producing them. It's either too expensive or people don't like the hard.
Especially when it's warm and it gets sticky.
It's sticky. Yeah. So you don't see these a lot. But yeah, I saw this and I just wanted to have it. It kind of faded, kind of busted up a little bit.
And is this something you still wear?
I used to wear it like a couple of years ago. Well, now. We try to make our own stuff, so no, I didn't wear it for I think the last couple of years I didn't wear it. But I might need to.
Great summer piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. And what do you like most about the whole vintage stuff? The whole vintage community, or having a vintage store, or just being in it? And
it's a good question. That's actually a good question to put yourself outside of that whole world. And it's my whole world. I mean, it's the only thing I do. I work, go home, work, go home. Provide for family. What I like about it, well, I couldn't do it. I've been doing this for so long, I couldn't do anything else. That's for sure. I could work in a clothing store, but having 100 pieces of the same item, having to look at that same item for a whole season. Having this whole last year. I mean, Corona is a bitch, of course, for anyone that owns clothing, owns stores, or just for anyone actually. But the small silver lining is being in vintage or secondhand clothing. I don't have a seasoned thing that I bought and that I now can't sell anymore. You know what? I'll just put it on a shelf. I'll try to either do it next year, or if it's, our warehouse is big enough. It's 1,000 square meters.
Yep.
I'll sit on it for another 3, 4, 10 years.
It will age well.
It will age better, probably.
Yeah. Nice. And how big of a part is Instagram for your store? Because you have a store. I know sometimes you think Instagram is a bitch.
I love that you do this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do this I hate Instagram. I hate social media. I hate internet. It's horrible. And especially for secondhand. I mean, I started the web shop. I got with the program. I'm doing it. I need to. But still, I mean, you have some guys in the back. You want to feel pieces. You want to, if you really know your stuff, you could buy it off a photo, of course. And if you buy it off someone
with the right measurements and stuff like that.
Of course. And you're buying it from someone that you know or that you know that has good quality. Exactly. But still, I do like tons of clothing.
Yeah.
You want to try it on. You want to feel it. I'm not gonna measure everything, and I'm not gonna post every item on Instagram.
Especially with so many things you got. Look at jackets, pants, sweaters, even the accessories.
I counted we opened up again, of course, a couple of weeks ago with the whole Corona thing. I counted how many pieces I brought to the store to restock a full store because we didn't sell anything. I took out some. I brought like over 800 pieces to a full store. I'm like, how many pieces is it? You know, so that whole Instagram thing, I know I need to do it. I don't want to do it, but I do it. So now you do this, and I'll probably steal this and post it on my own Instagram so I have some content. I like the days of yesteryear. I like the days of my old folks. You could do, and people needed to know you, they needed to find you, and then you had this clique, and now it changes so fast, and stuff is so fast out of fashion and into fashion, and then it's out of fashion, I'm taking it out, and then like 6 months back, it's a hassle. It's a hassle in secondhand for sure. To accommodate that. I have a lovely wife that kind of does this for me, so props to her. Shout out for
with
sure.
The kids,
even with the kids. So now the kids are on bed, and she's going, "I'll do this fast for you," and I'll start yelling at customers that have questions. And she's like, "You're the worst customer service guy ever. Give me the fucking," you know. I'm not allowed to do that anymore, actually. Yeah.
All right. And can you tell us like some crazy stories you get caught up like in the last, let's say, 20 years? Some, even if it's a buying trip or you sold something to somebody and it went sideways, or just anything in particular.
It's funny that I probably have so many stories, and then you ask this question, and I kind of draw a blank. Maybe a story about not getting too attached to stuff. All right. So we do our wholesaling in the States. My dad and I we love to surf. So anytime we go to the States, we kind of try to either surf in LA or like go somewhere.
Mixed business.
Exactly. You need to have some. Of course. So we booked a trip to. I don't know. We did a couple of trips to Mexico. I don't know which one it was for sure. And so we hooked up with our French crew that we surf a lot of French. So we have this crew that is French, and they were there at the same time. So we stayed with them for I think like a small week or something. So last night, we were flying out the next day. We are in the middle of fucking nowhere, by the way. It's just this rinky-dink town. This one restaurant on the beach itself. And this is the first night that we're going like out. We're doing something. So my dad, who has, of course, a wonderful vintage collection in anything, and he is more into the 50s stuff. So he had this amazing Hawaiian 50s Hawaiian shirt, silk, really old, nice tag. I don't even know. He'll tell you about anything Hawaiian. He'll tell you about it. And so we're with surf. So he's dressing up. The parties had like no t-shirt underneath, but he had his shirt on, and we were going out. We were drinking, and we start drinking El Jimador tequila. This French guy bought. So we started drinking before dinner. We find cockroaches. I start eating cockroaches just to show off. I don't know. I'm like 21. I'm the youngest of the group. I need to show off a little bit. So this kind of sets the tone for the whole night, and we just start drinking. We start drinking. I can't remember half of it until I needed to get out of my chair of this. It was a chair on the beach, like a plastic chair on the beach, and I thought I was doing okay until I stood up and I'm like, oh man, I can't walk. And we got to our little favela thingy on the beach. Oh. And my dad, I've never seen him as drunk. he couldn't. So the beach had this slope on it, but you needed to walk straight. But the beach was on a skewed slope, so you're trying to walk straight, but you're drunk. So he did these like 360s. So a couple of these French guys, they were pulling him up by his shirt. They were dragging him. They put us into bed. I puked in my bed, being like on my bed. I couldn't, like, kind of skewed backwards. Puked again, skewed backwards a little bit. He was puking in his bed. So we wake up the next morning. I'm totally hammered. I can't move my whole body. So I look up at him, and he goes like, "Hey man, our flight leaves in a couple hours. I'm going surfing for the last time." Oh, fuck you, man. I can't. And he gets up, and I kind of see a twitch in his face. I'm like, oh, he looks at something, so I kind of put my head down, and he looks at his shirt. This is a 50s, like a $700 to $1,000 piece shirt, and he sees this rip on it, probably from the night before. People dragged him on his shirt, and he goes, "Oh no, fuck, my shirt!" And he pulls up the shirt, and the whole back piece is just completely gone. There's nothing left. I mean, it's just like a hole. It's like someone grabs this, and he goes like, "Oh yeah, well, that's ruined." And he puts it down, jumps in the water, goes surfing. We almost miss our flight, and now we framed it for like a little piece of the shirt that was left. We framed it. I'm like, here, this is it. So don't get too attached to stuff. This is all nice. You're gonna die. This is gonna go away. It's gonna break. Doesn't matter. Enjoy it while it lasts.
What a story. Hey, you picked it up very well then. If he was like,
yeah, well, that's the thing. Like a small rip on something might be even worse than something that's completely gone.
Yeah,
it's just, okay, you're not going to repair this. This is just...
And it's a good story. Now it's a conversation
And now it's a conversation piece.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So I don't remember El Jimador for the rest of my life.
Right. I think it's time for the last three, man.
All right.
Because you got some fire left.
Yeah. I brought this again. A nice tie-dye.
Yep.
And I love that it's an old shirt. It's a Fruit of the Loom and a USA tag. Full single stitch. Gucci. Oh my God, Gucci. Of course, this is not a real Gucci. Total bootleg. But then the guy that was silk screening this thought it would be a good idea to put Washington, D.C. underneath, as if Washington, D.C. kind of collaborated with Gucci or made like a specialty piece. It's just a lousy tourist t-shirt.
But it makes no sense.
It made no sense, but that's why I love it.
Yeah.
And funny story about this. This whole Gucci logo was never made by Gucci. This is a bootleg design. Then come like 3 years ago, this whole bootleg thing came about, and what did Gucci do? They copied their own bootleg idea, making this now a legit Gucci design. But actually,
so why would you not? It's such a great Gucci logo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
If I would wear Gucci, it would probably be this logo.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not gonna buy a new one. No.
It's nice. Is this something you wear?
This is something I wear. This is something actually my mom wore for quite a while, and then I kind of nicked it out of her closet, and she doesn't know. Yeah, if you watch this, I have it now. Yeah. So I wear this. It's a good summer piece.
Yeah, it is.
And then this is something I found not too long ago.
Crazy. I think a lot of people don't know.
Oh no. So
especially if you're not Dutch.
If you're not Dutch,
probably won't know.
No. So this is a Thunderdome, which I'm not into. I'm a big hip hop head. It's since I was 14. So I don't know what the actual print means, or if it's like from an album.
Yeah, it's all the CD covers.
It's all the CD covers. Yeah, you know your stuff.
Yeah.
But then on a long sleeve, and especially their own tag.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
by ID&T.
Yeah, by ID&T. So Thunderdome, Dance or Die.
This.
I know people would really go for this. I mean,
they would probably die for it.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna die for this because it's in my closet now, and I don't even like Thunderdome that much. But it's
their graphics. I don't know who made it, but I know as a kid, every time when I see like a flyer or a poster or like an album cover, and it had like all these crazy like horror movie type stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What is it, like Terminator? It's what is it?
Hannibal.
Yeah. It's
Grim
fucking
Reaper.
crazy.
Werewolf. Yeah.
It's such a great piece, man.
And then on a
Really?
long sleeve, because I know what you do on a Thunderdome dance night. You dance a lot and you get warm, really warm.
You get really warm.
So why on a long
Not
sleeve?
only from the dancing.
No, exactly. So why a long sleeve?
I don't know.
Maybe to put on if you're done and you go outside. You don't, yeah,
It
you
might
don't
be
need
the
it. Yeah. So then I brought this, and I know all of you guys in the back kind of went, holy shit. I was like, yeah, it's nice. I had this for quite some time. But yeah, so this Wu-Tang. And what I liked about it when I found it, because it has, Wu-Tang is a big company. It has a lot of guys, but it has like the ODB, the Method Man, I mean, it has all the classic guys on it.
Dude, this is something I know on the right tag as well.
Yeah.
It's dude.
And then with that humongous back piece as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had this one. I didn't know. You never told me.
Well, you've never been to my house, so that's why that might never have come up.
It's crazy. Do you wear this?
Not that much anymore. Not that much anymore.
You should.
I used to when I did a lot of hip hop parties. I DJ'd a lot of hip hop, so I would wear it if we had like a Wu-Tang night or just as a homage to them. I would wear it. I don't wear it that often actually. You would, right?
I would, yeah. So if you ever considering selling this.
Okay, so you guys, you mail us, we'll talk, and then we kind of have a bidding war going on, right?
All right, yeah, let's do that. No, but it's a great piece to end the show.
Thanks.
Danny, I can't thank you enough, man. Thank you for this episode. I appreciate you.
Yeah, it was
Thank
nice.
you for coming through.
Yeah.
You showed a lot of great pieces.
Well, I have another 400, so if you're making new episodes, let me know.
Maybe we should do a whole other episode with other things. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please visit the store when you're in town in Amsterdam. It's Zipper. Follow him on Instagram. Buy something from the web shop. Do anything you like.
Yeah, do that. That's new.
That's new.
I'll see that person and like, I made a sale. Oh God.
He will probably DM you.
Probably will.
Guys, thank you for watching Sabbatical Vintage. We're out.
Thanks for having me.